After 9 long months of waiting and the grueling hours spent in a delivery room, you can finally cuddle your child. As you gaze lovingly at your baby, you can't help but think, "He is mine, I made him, and I will love and cherish him." That's when you promise yourself that you will be a responsible parent and do everything you can to give him what he needs to become a strong and independent adult. You teach him to walk, to talk, and to dress himself. Little by little, this same little child you were holding in your hands just a short time ago has now become a carefree child running all around the house and getting into adorable mischief. While they grow, you fit more and more into your role as a parent. You want to pass on to him your ideas, your values, everything you have learned in your life. And you think to yourself that you can help him carve out a space in this progressively difficult world. However, sometimes unexpected problems and turmoil just burst out of nowhere, like a tiger waiting in the darkness of the jungle, ready to pounce, adding up the various ups and downs of everyday family life. A most recent example is seen in the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. In just a few short days, it has reached disproportionate dimensions, becoming an issue of global importance. Some of the main Ukrainian cities have already been invaded, and Russian President Vladimir Putin, who has clearly expressed his disappointment with Europe, calling the sanctions a real declaration of war. At that point, many questions arise. What if the Third World War broke out? What if Russia bombs us? And, most importantly, how will this affect my child's life? Your concerns start to grow, and along with it, the need to manage the rising situation. From here on, things take on a more interesting turn of thought. In fact, parents have their parental pattern, which they repeat in a similar way in any age group, no matter if they have to face a child or a teenager. Some would rather leave out all the war dynamics that are considered too complicated to deal with, concentrating instead on the problems of everyday life, such as education, homework, and free time. They would keep their child in a sort of bubble. On the one hand, he would be ignorant about what's going on in the world, but at least he would be protected from any kind of pain that might make him feel in danger or worried. On the other hand, some parents will pop it in any way possible, forcing conversations about everything that is happening in Russia and Ukraine. At that point, any annoyed reaction would trigger intense discussions, where they would point fingers at each other and make really nasty accusations. Where did I go wrong with you? So, which style is the best? Actually, none of them is great, because both of them would lead to the same result: a closed door. From a parent's perspective, it is hard to manage they are not in control of the situation. Over the years, they get used to seeing themselves as a solid reference point capable of providing all the necessary answers: how to walk, how to tie one's shoes, how to use cutlery, how to speak. This, together with the natural instinct to protect their children, leads to handling the subject of war in an extremely polarized way, either with deep anguish or as if it were a press release. Moreover, we live in a sort of recipe society, which leverages anxieties about being good parents by constantly reminding us that if you want to bond with your child, you need to know everything, including the details about the war. Whereas it's just the opposite. Our children don't want to bond with a know-it-all. Instead, they search for support while they grow and form their own opinions. They want someone who knows how to listen to them and who can offer their own experience and wisdom in order to accompany them through the challenging path called life. On the one hand, playing the role of the up-to-date parents increases the self-esteem and the perception to control the relationship with your child, while on the other, it risks widening a detachment, which can instead be bridged by sharing what you do not know. Admitting that we do not have all the answers allow us to build them together through a curious and attentive dialogue where we ask many questions and receive just as many answers. The sense then does not become telling them how to think, but rather helping them to process their thoughts by leaving them free to express themselves, creating an authentic environment in which your child can feel welcomed and respected as a person, and where you can also have the opportunity to learn more from their point of view. Having this type of awareness, any number of difficulties can be overcome, including the Russian-Ukrainian war. So, if you can finally find the courage to open that door, sit in front of your child and look them in the eyes, simply listen and learn together. Thank you for listening. My name is Silvia Vitello, and this is Psyche. You can find all the episodes on the official website www.psycheofficial.com. For any information, please send an email to teampsyche@gmail.com.